Kicking off round one of our 8-stop championship. This is Formula Drift. This is a year to watch the most talented drifters in the world.
I don't know what else to say except welcome to the first episode of Spoolin Up. I'm Nads. I'm here with my boys and girls at Ignition Speed, and we're here at Long Beach for the 21st year of the Formula Drift series at the iconic Streets of Long Beach circuit. And even better, we're following the world's oldest rookie, Rudy Hansen, Team Hansen, privateers in every sense, LS-powered S-chassis, going big for the first time at Long Beach, their first time in a pro car, the only husband and wife drift team, doing it big. We like to tell stories about partners and ambassadors and influencers who make a mark in different genres of this enthusiast hobby that we love called the automotive space. And this weekend, we're following the Hansens around and we're excited. So let's see what's going on. Where do I begin except to start at the beginning? I thought this was going to be a fun little project we did with Ignition Speed and Rudy Hansen and everything, and it turned into an epic saga of the weekend, and we were still on day one. Rudy, what's going on, my man?
We got into the wall just a little too deep. Just a little too deep.
It was your very first pass on your very first time at Formula Drift at the pro level at Long Beach.
Well, it was actually a third lap. It was my first lead.
First lead, third lap, first lead. I can't think of a better place to start. Iconic track, but also intimidating with the walls.
I can think of a better place to start. Get used to the big tires and all the above, yeah.
What's up, man? I don't know, but
that's all that matters.
He's okay. That's all. Moving up from pro spec to pro, there's tire changes, there's pedal box changes, steering column, a few other things. This is your pro spec car,
it is.
Correct? And you modified it, modified it, upgraded it to pro, right?
Yep.
So this is your first comp weekend on a pro level.
Oh yeah. Really, we didn't do much other than we did blower. We did the front rack on the Weiss Fab, a few different things like that. But
okay, you have a unique story too. As a guy with a lot more salt than pepper, I gotta put it this way: you are like the world's oldest Formula Drift rookie, are you not?
I don't know. I'm pretty probably rookie, yeah.
Yeah. So 41.
47.
47-year-old rookie.
Now this front corner on here again.
Same time on the frame.
The winch is strong, man.
We don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull the car forward more and we'll put 2 inches on the back of the car.
What an honor. I'm here with the one behind the one, Shelly Hansen.
Thanks.
Give me a hug. Oh my God. We talked to Rudy. You guys are the only husband and wife drift team actively competing.
Yep.
You're striving for your pro spec license.
Yep.
You have socks, if I could be a little inappropriate, that say blanking Rudy, because you guys are so hard on him. This poor man's.
He's hard on us.
Give him his flowers.
Us.
Okay, so we'll say that. Give him his flowers, though. I mean,
Somebody has to sit in there and hold the brakes. Because then when I disconnect this, it's going to want to roll back.
Okay.
Oh, good. You want me to connect to this and pull?
Bash bar. Pull the bash bar. Pull a little
This?
bit.
This will rip right now. This will rip. This will rip right now. If I tug on that, it'll rip.
Okay, let's turn around this.
Pull a rip. Strap.
Daily groutage, Cat Daddy tuning. I do the spotting, setup, engineering. So that's basically the suspension, alignment, all that stuff. Take care of the chassis. But basically what happens is Rudy comes around the entry, comes along the hallway, whatever they call that, power alley, towards the touch and go, which is a big old sweeper. It's a lot bigger than it looks. And I hear the sound of silence. And every time you lift off the gas, every 10th of a second, you're losing 3 or 4 feet towards the wall. So I'm like, closer to the wall, closer to the wall. I don't hear motor. Boom! You check out the whole car. Fucking Rudy! What the fuck? Why did you pedal? Why are you lifting? God, only Rudy! He likes to wrench better than he likes to drive. He wants to fix the car. It's like, what the
I
hell?
thought the car was done.
It's
Whose call
done.
was it to put? We know the chassis is probably done.
So basically, I've been into drifting my whole life since I was like 10. But I had a period where I was a crew chief for a professional demolition derby team. We were super successful. We won hundreds of thousands of dollars in derbying. And I was like, cars on tow truck has winch. I went over to the driver, I'm like, please, can we strap the rear and get a hook on this frame and pull it with your truck? Because I thought as soon as it's off the truck, there is no pulling. I'm like, let's do it right now.
Turn the tilt to the left a little bit. Back up more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
We pulled that corner easily 3 inches. The chassis still tweaked like 2 inches, but it was tweaked 5.
Follow me towards the passenger side. We'll pull it this way a little bit as we go back.
Chris, go grab the truck.
Hold on, Bobby. Yeah. Just hold it for 2 seconds, okay?
I was standing with the Ignition Speed team and I was saying, that car's, you know, we were worried about you, first of all, like that was such a hard hit. And then we're like, well, we saw you wave, we're like, okay, Rudy's okay, but that car is done. And then we saw you and Bailey, your crew chief and your spotter, like discussing like how to get the tow truck to like actually pry the chassis back from a wrinkled, mangled mess.
Right. What's it really mean?
Huh?
Side leader. Side. Ready to oil filter.
Where's the bottom? This duct tape contraption, normally when the bash bar is out here, we have a humongous water to air intercooler that runs on this line, okay? This isn't normally looped. That's gone. The IETs aren't gonna spike today, it's not that hot. So that was step 1. Then we got the catch can, duct taped it back.
Back of the car needs to go off. We need a new axle, and that whole corner got to get rid of. Little silver axle. It's really leaking from what we're getting this. Go up. Yeah, go up. Get that into place. That really is like the last
So we messed with the tension rod here, cut off the corner, re-drilled a new hole to pull that all the way back forward.
Come back and you guys had, what, 4 hours to finish it. And Bailey went through all the stuff that you guys had to do. It was a long laundry list of things, but you guys had a never say die attitude.
I don't know where we're gonna be able to take it, but we're not gonna quit until we have to, right? So we're gonna just re-loop to get rid of the intercooler. We're gonna loop it across and see if we can get the front end pulled around. So ultimately, we're just gonna work on it until we can't.
Never die, baby. Never die.
Bailey's like, he's so like calm and cool and collective. Like I'm blessed to have him on our team. We couldn't do it without, we couldn't do it without everybody here at this point, right? You know, so even like this can get loosened and just get set down to the ground so it doesn't rub onto it.
Yeah, give me one.
Can we run without the intercooler?
Yeah.
We just put
What
the
if we
small
just
pulley on.
put this in front of the bumper and just put it in the front instead?
Yeah, sure. Take it.
So fucking like
Wound up. They're taking
Yeah.
10 millimeter, take the pulley off.
hold on, I got it.
Grab the 10 millimeter impact that you had.
I got it. Let go. Let off. Let off.
Why take it off? Put it back on.
I'm putting it back on.
Bring the truck here, change the truck,
turn the ignition on.
frame rail,
Turn the ignition
jack up the car more from the subframe area. You get it, come down.
Go. Go turn the ignition on.
It's on.
It's on.
Starter wire got knocked off. The car wouldn't crank. Our wiring guy, Eric, went through and checked all the wires. He found a couple things. Our positive terminal cover disappeared into the ether, so the alternator's safe now.
Really? They gotta get theirs together. They'll get it together.
Give me the yellow impact. We ended up just snapping the bash bar so we could pull it back. They re-welded it here so it's functional because you have to have this by the rules. The oil filter got smashed. We threw on a new one. Got that back where it goes.
Race off, it's just a couple of bolts.
13.
12. Is it really?
Yeah, it's fixable though. Yes, it's all.
Hey, we're gonna get another.
Do that again.
Real close. It'll work better.
You'll make it. Don't give up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but before 9:30, this car went into the wall hard. Front end damage, rear end damage. Thank goodness Rudy was okay. Unfortunately, I collected Odi Bachis. He was okay too. Both cars were pretty well mangled. And now we're about 2 hours into fixing it. Car came back here a little bit before 10. It's 11:30 now. The team's pretty much got it almost unwrinkled. They got the front and rear suspension sorted. Looks like they went and pulled the radiator and just going with the oil cooler.
Wheel on essentially, right?
The front almost goes back together now, and then they're working on the rear.
I was talking to James Dean earlier, and I asked him, like, what do you do when something gnarly happens like that? And as a driver, you just have to delete it and carry on. So like, for example, with Rudy, delete it, carry on. If the car runs again, go win the race, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then you can kind of cry about it later. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have thrown it into the tire wall as well, you know what I mean? So I think it's more about just like, now that I'm a bit more seasoned, for example, in all these sections where these boys are running into the walls, you have to get back onto the rear wheel and drive through the turn.
We were talking about that. You have to.
Yes.
It's so counterintuitive, but you feel like when you're coming to the wall, you almost have to throttle
You have
out.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
such a scary feeling.
Yeah, like you think you're gonna hit the wall, that means throttle down.
Yeah.
Where like if you lift or you float.
It's like you're a skater. Like when you drop into a quarter pipe, you have to lean forward to which is why everybody loops out the first time because you're so scared. You're like, I don't want to fall, but you're like, that's the only way you stay on the board. Oh, I get it.
Like,
so
go
back
through
everything
each
up.
section.
Yeah.
Because you know, like whatever, if you're, I don't know, comparison, but like if you're on a dirt bike and shit, and you get a little over your head, then like you kind of black out and shit gets weird and fuck, I fell off of it. And like the same shit is what we feel. So we're like, coming in like if you're coming in hot and shit, and you're just ahead of your own self, that's when they're fucking up. The dudes that are like, I'm just gonna go slow and just keep it wherever I need to keep it, actually are going fast, but it feels slow.
So would you say similarly to like when you're first getting into, say, tandeming or even getting a little more aggressive with your line, you know, you're sort of start shallow, work your way wider, work your way, because now you know where the transition point is.
Exactly. But even out here too, like they're able to do that without really being shallow.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
They're like
tons of power, lots of energy.
Exactly. But
That one's gonna go on the back.
There it is. Meaning done?
Yeah, no, we got the gun.
Look at this setup.
I know, it's getting there. It's taking me a minute.
4.5. I just tried a 15.
A big damage was this wheel was stuffed into where your passenger feet would be. You could only get like 20 degrees of lock. We had to get the bottom of this wheel forward 2-3 inches, about that much.
What kind of lights do we need, Dave?
We just need tail lights.
tail and brake.
Running lights.
Also trying to get the body panels fitted. Part of the FD rules are that it has to resemble a car, which it still doesn't quite do that yet. So once they get it looking like a car again, looks like it's getting sorted like a car again, Rudy's going to get out there, and his first run of the seating bracket is up against Kyle Mohan. A tough competitor, but we're hoping that Rudy can shake it off, get back in there. But this is what's so hard about this circuit. Very first time Rudy's pro event debut is at Long Beach Grand Prix. Super iconic course, but super intimidating with the walls, the tire walls, the K-rails and everything. It's designed to be an IndyCar course, not an FD course. But FD makes it work, and Rudy's gonna have to make it work. And the team right now is making it work.
Oh, and the tail light. You're required to have one working tail light and working headlights by FD rules. So they went through the PDM, found out it had no faults, replaced bulbs, taped that all back together, and
No, it's a little bit off.
73 and 3/8 in the front.
5 and 4. He's doing number.
now Bob, Chris, Russ, Rudy, Eric, Shelly pieced this back together. They drift stitch it, it's duct taped, it's got new bolts, it's got this beautiful professionally attached rear now. Formula Drift, your car has to look like a somewhat cool car to pull up to the line. They waived our hood requirement probably because the motor looks so cool. The back bumper support is still basically virgin, so this is safe enough. You know, now that they allow people to have cut off bumpers and stuff, this still passes, but we did have to put the trunk on. So it's held on with 3 pins. This one's taped. Chassis is tweaked on the rear a bit. We got huge pry bars, we pried out all the metal here, smashed it. This was actually rubbing on the fuel cell, so we were on the verge of having an oil pressure problem, so we fixed that, got that out of the way. And if you see this side of the car, looks like a Georgia peach, no problems there.
That's what Rudy said. Are you gonna start it? Yeah. You just check it. They're on the truck. Right here.
Would you back me?
No, really?
Ultra right here. Right on the block. Longer the better.
The best thing for us to do, Russ, is cut that and just rebuild it.
It's all adjustable now. As soon as she closes, like.
I think we need to do to be safe, so we can just do that.
No, we aligned it out. Yeah, the Phillips are smaller ones that.
Pull it away.
Kevin Wells, competition director of Formula Drift. Basically, he stuffed it pretty hard, so came over here just to give it a little basic once-over. So we're gonna actually take it to the burnout box now and make sure that the car portion functions well, and then they can come back, fix the bumper, and all the other rest of the cosmetics, get it to where it's 100% to go on track.
Hours later. Never say die. Rudy Hansen, he is the man. Let's see how this thing goes. I know they've got to do some testing to make sure that it's.
We're going to the burnout box.
They're going to the burnout box? Oh, let's
Yeah.
go this way. Yeah.
Works hard.
He does.
You guys are both parents. You guys are both full-time operating a business, and you're doing this privateer program. But the program looks so good. So on Rudy did, it looks so much better than a typical privateer program, which is usually kind of ragtag and kind of like they can barely get the same color t-shirts. All the crew had their shirts. The car looked amazing until Rudy did something to it, but we're gonna gloss
My
over
car?
that part.
Yeah.
Which is actually her car. Rudy, I think you owe Shelly a car.
No, Rudy, you gonna be chained to the lift all winter.
Yes.
Not me.
Oh yeah, you crashed one. It doesn't matter.
Bobby. At 1, I believe.
Mistake from Kyle.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed that it was two separate kind of incidents, and I think Rudy, like you say, got lucky there for where Kyle got thrown. A little bit of a tank slapper for both of them, right? They're both banging around in there.
Yeah,
All right, so Rudy Hansen will now lead. Kyle Mohan giving chase. It's kind of interesting. Like we're doing head-to-head battles, but Frederick Osbo's up here with a spotter. He's taking a look, and you got to think strategy-wise. They're looking at who they might be going against. So how are they driving? What's going on? So it's a totally different way to approach Formula Drift. Here we go. Rudy Hansen out front. Team Hansen. That first outside zone, tries to get out there, fails, comes up a bit short on both the first and second and third outside zone. He has a fluid line, and now brings it around that last inside clip. I mean, it wasn't the most airtight run that I've seen from Rudy, but I think it's going to be enough, unfortunately, compared to what happened to Kyle Mohan right out of the gate.
Yeah, it was definitely safe. I mean, there's one thing to err on the side of caution. That was definitely cautious, but at the end of the day, his spotter's probably going to tell him, hey, you just got to get through the course, stay in drift, don't zero this out, and you're going to get the spot. And going to the judge's decision, you can see here.
There you go, slide him left, slide him right, slide him right. Rudy Hansen gets the win.
Make it up to the line with moments to spare. We have a new seating bracket format, which I'm still trying to figure out and decipher and decide whether I like it or not. But you go up against Kyle Mohan, who's a seasoned driver who's been in this series for a while. First time back in the car, and you put down Kyle Mohan, huh? How does that feel?
Oh, it was nice to just get through that battle, honestly, not hit the wall again, right? And then after that, we could start moving our way out to the zones a little bit better. Still, I mean, it took about 3 runs, but it was the last final lead run where I started to feel good in the car again. But ultimately, it was good to know that all the hard effort made it so that we could go and play tomorrow.
And you actually, I don't want to spoiler alert, but I'm going to say it. You actually went into the wall. The team got the car back together. You went up against a 14-year-old.
Hero is awesome. I mean, he's an awesome driver.
He's a machine. I mean, he's a drift legacy.
Yeah.
He's come from so much, but literally that's the range of talent that we have from 14 to 47 here. On the pro levels.
Sure, I mean, it pays dividends to have parents that do it, and then enough money to be able to come home from school and just drive the sim all day long too, right? I'm running my own business, to make enough money to do it. We don't have any sponsors giving us any money, so it's it's a tough go. We're buying every single tire we got and having to earn it. So it's and I build the car pretty much by myself. The team come out and help a little bit get it back together after some mishaps, but I built the car by myself and run a business by myself and make enough money to pay for it. So it's a tough go.
It is a tough go, but you guys make it look effortless, I gotta say, because Vaughn Gitten's on the other side of the paddock. Ben Hobson went into the wall hard. 10 minutes later, his car comes out looking brand new. You guys are thrashing with every bit of spares you could do. But I watched you even before the wreck and even after the wreck. Your team looks professional, the way you guys set everything up, the way you guys even do, all right down to the livery, to the uniforms, to the way you guys present yourself, the website, the way you guys create your media, even your merch is on point. You guys represent so strong from a privateer point of view. Where did that come from? How did you get such an innate sense of how to market for your partners?
My wife, she's amazing.
I wrecked his car.
Oh, you did? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you got chained to the lift for the winter fixing it, so now he's got to fix your car. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, we were all just intimidated. You got to go out there and perform after you hit the wall. He probably experienced 6 G's in that crash. I mean, that's a painful thing. I know he was scared. I know I was scared. The boys were sitting there just silent. There was no radio chatter. He went out there, laid down some awesome laps. I'm really proud of him. And considering he only got to do a couple lead runs, 3 by now, I think he laid it down pretty good. It's a lot of pressure in front of all these fans. It's unbelievable.
She's amazing. We've got my buddy Josh in town, who's been helping us with the social media and all of the design stuff. Between my wife and him, he's a spray paint tags, I guess you would say, and he's world renowned. So with his media that he does, and stuff that he does with my wife, they collaborated and made some really cool stuff this season. So I'm really happy to have those two bouncing ideas off of each other. And I mean, I did it by myself. I mean, there was behind the scenes, like realistically, there was 10 people at my house working on stuff, from creating the merch, packaging the merch, building these things. But like I say that when it's hard, when you're out at the shop night and night again by yourself. My boy helps a ton though, like too. So, but it feels really lonely because you're out. I mean, I've been out there in the shop since the season ended, like redoing this car, motor out, new blower, and redesigning it with with the partners that we have. They've helped us out a lot. They've all been awesome. But like it's I work till midnight every day, work on my construction company till 5 o'clock every day. So it's a tough go. But thank God I have my wife to do it. Like I couldn't do it without her. That's the move, really.
Speaking of your wife, you guys are the only husband and wife drift team out there right now, correct?
I wouldn't say the only one, but there's, like really trying to be here. Yeah, ultimately that's our goal next season, is to get her out here and drive pro spec.
She wants to get to pro spec and then eventually maybe move into pro?
Maybe move into pro, right? Realistically, she's beat all of the girls that she's ever driven with. She's had one more time with Forrest. She's had one more time with Rome. She's out-qualified Rome. She's a phenomenal driver too. So like realistically, she has the skills too, and I know we can do it together. So. She was going to run this car, but I think it's probably going to get a new chassis here. We're gonna keep pushing to get the other chassis, another car going, get this one straightened out, and then another chassis, another chassis, another chassis.
So amazing story. We're not even at day 2 yet. We haven't even entered the competition yet, and the Cinderella story became almost a not happen story, and then it actually became making it into the 32. At his very first round of competition at Long Beach, no less. These walls are unforgiving, as we found out. Yeah. But what I want to talk about is all of this here. Oh my God.
All this artwork.
I was asking Rudy what drift milk means, because I don't know what that is. And he said, that's not milk. And I said, oh, that's MILF. So who is the drift MILF?
Well, I kind of got this name because I take care of all the boys.
Okay. Wait, how do you take care of them?
No, that's not
okay, sorry.
No, I'm like the mom. I take care of everybody.
I know.
Everybody's like, do you have toenail clippers? Do you have a Band-Aid? Do you have ibuprofen? Do you have allergy medicine? Do you have water? I'm like, you didn't bring water?
So you're more organized than most, and that extends all the way down to the merch, everything that you guys do. I love the team. I love what you guys do on and off the track. They don't have a primary sponsor yet. I don't know why, because they present much better than many of the teams out here. So all thanks to Shelly Hansen. Super exciting. Thanks for being our first guest on Spoolin Up, and couldn't have told a better story. And even if, no matter what else happens, to me it's all gravy, because just making it to the show tomorrow is an amazing accomplishment. So kudos to you and the team.
Not a bad Formula Drift Long Beach.
What event did I win last year, Pro Spec?
Irwin.
Right there. Right here. You don't get shit.
Yes, but what round in FD did he win? Remember, what rounds are Pro Spec? There's how many rounds of Pro Spec? Okay, so this is our first year in Pro.
He won. Atlanta. I won in Atlanta last year.
What do we got?
Oh, this is why we have these. We have to give them out to a few people every once in a while. If you know, you know.
So one of our other partners is Ignition Speed. They've been here helping us with the spinning wheel and have been doing a bunch of behind the scenes media for us. Woo! And they have also done our shirt, one of the shirt designs in there too. So go check out them. You can buy our merch online. And my wife also is she's wearing an Ignition Speed shirt, and my wife has designed all the other t-shirts, so yeah.
How much power does this car make with the Maggie blowers? 800.
972.
800 we made with the 2300. So the 2650 makes, you can make between 1,000 and 1,200 wheel. Like 1440 to the crank. So this thing will make a ton. What's that?
What kind of fittings are those?
So yeah, let's talk about these beautiful, the color fittings helped us out this year. They put these fittings on this car. They make it look beautiful. It's like the fingernail polish on a girl, right? Big shout out to these guys, right? KBD bumpers helped us out on the bumper. Look, it's still alive after smashing the wall, right? So yeah, what else we got?
You guys all want to be in an outro video in the background? We got to do a video of you for the video. And you guys all can be in the background.
Let's do
How
a
about
selfie.
that? Let's go. Everybody climb in. Come around the car.
Come around on this side. Rudy, stay up there. Stay up there. Shelly, stay here.
Rudy's got to stay there.
You guys got to get, you can't stand in front of the car. Sponsors, people, come on. Everybody on that side of the car. You're all beautiful people, but we want you on the other side of the car. What an event, our first Spoolin Up here with Ignition Speed, and we couldn't think of a better team to do it with than Team Hansen. Rudy, Shelly, the rest of the boys here. These guys were the comeback kids, came back from coming into the wall in their third pass, made it to the top 32. Only Pro Spec driver to do it. Rudy, how's the weekend for you?
It was like peaks and valleys. It's kind of like drifting always is, peaks and valleys. We finally got the car. Actually, probably, I would say it works better now at the end of the weekend smashed up than it did before, because now I just really don't care if we're gonna get a little too deep, right? But yeah, it's working good even as trashed as it is. So
amazing effort by you and the entire team especially, but you to come back from really being a rookie here, world's oldest FD rookie. Give it up for him. 47 years old, FD rookie. And he came back and fought those demons against these intimidating walls in Long Beach and came back. But I know the team, as much as they love him, they had to stay up and work really hard, Rudy included. So I need everybody to say as the outro on 3. I want everybody to say 1, 2, 3, fucking Rudy, okay? So 1, 2, 3, fucking Rudy! Woo!